Fresno, California, putting you up on game. You know what time it is. Guess you don't have macro vision. Fresno, California. Parasite zappers. Okay. We got sun going down in a little bit of town right around San Antone. Not really, this is California. We got a tequila sunrise or sunset. And if you were 150 miles down south, you'd be singing, "Down at the Sunset Grill, Ventura Highway." Ventura Highway. I remember when I was younger, I wish I could have a car and just be driving down the Ventura Highway. That's what I aspired to do, but I was never able to. My whole lifetime, I was never able to aspire to that. And that's a crying shame. Where's my shirt? So they say life is what you make it, right? And so they had this girl reading this book last night. And, you know, one of the persons I promote, he promotes that book too. And she was reading out of it, but I was just like, you can miss me with that. Get out of here. You don't even use it. You'd be better off at witchcraft, and watch out with that, because that can backfire on your ass. These people doing witchcraft don't know what the hell they're doing, and it backfires on their ass. Have you ever seen them? Freaking jacks their ass up. Okay, so I'm looking for the main phone so that I can put the main phone. Yeah, okay, the main phone's where it's supposed to be. Okay. This is the first day that I actually could leave the door open, and I got the window open, so it's warming up. So I'm just going to check my channel here, and then we'll start talking for a little bit, and then I'll close these things and turn on the light so I can show you some stuff. I don't have nothing prepared. I just really don't have anything to do, but I do have something to share with you for you people. And I also forgot to talk about Bitcoin earlier. So I want to give you my Bitcoin prediction for anybody who's got thousands or tens of thousands or 100,000 in crypto. Boy, you must be in some bad shape right now. Okay, so let me turn the volume down. But I'll tell you what, from my point of view, I'll tell you what I think it's going to do. If anybody wants to know. I'm assuming you all listen to Cryptos Are Us, right? It's got hot all of a sudden. That's crazy. But I do have to show you. I want you to know something about this guy who's talking about what's going on in the United States and Iran. He explained it in a way that I've never heard anybody explain it before. And it makes sense. And I also want to tell you that, you remember that one program? There's this, I don't know if I say their name, if they can get me for defamation of character. Okay, so I won't say the name. But you remember I was telling you there's this program, and I say it looks like it's real life. I said if it's not real life, they are some good actors. I think they are some good actors. That's what's going on. Either that, or we really have some really freaking ignorant people here in the United States. And just disgusting. Just freaking slobs, slothful, disgusting, uneducated idiots. And because they haven't bothered to do any research. And that's why I say that. And so anyhow, I won't name names right now. Maybe later on I'll give you drop some hints and show you what's going on with that. Okay, so really excited about the dairy that's going on here in California. There's people selling good dairy. There's like 8 different companies here in California that I did not even know existed. I just found out about them yesterday. They even have it right here in Fresno. This is freaking crazy. So there was a whole bunch of people, but I don't blame everybody for taking off because I don't have anything prepared. So let me just go ahead and let me take off my socks. It's getting hot. I don't know what the hell. I think it's because it's humid. We got the sun going down over here, so right now, if you are Muslim, right now is when they pray. They pray at sun up, at sundown, in the middle of the day, and a couple other times. But yeah, right now is when they pray. If you didn't know. Yeah, as soon as I turn that on, man, now I'm starting to get hot. And so maybe I just take my shirt off. This shirt is wet or something. Okay. So the person's name who you should listen to how he talks about this, because he studies the stuff about wars and the fall of Germany and how they are now compared to how they were before and how the power shifts. He's been studying all these things, right? Some people are into different things. So this is the free flow of information. So if you are wondering if they're going to drop the big one, you should hear this person's perspective of it, because the way he said it is something like they know that these people are powerful. They are something to be reckoned with. You look at their history since the days of biblical times. Okay? And so it's between Israel and Iran. And if you read the book, The Biggest Secret by David Icke, which is telling you about extraterrestrials, also known as Lucifer and the fallen angels, names them by name, first and last name. He told you who they were 25 years ago. Now they're being summoned into court because what he was telling you about is now coming out in the Epstein files. And even more than you could if you read the book yourself. Before, people would just laugh and say you're nuts. Now people are listening because he's the same person that told you that the freaking pandemic was a scam. We already knew. We knew this 20 years ago. Him, Bob Beck, all the people who were in alternative health, people who were doing the World Health Freedom Expo. This is what they were talking about in their forums. They were talking about what they were going to do 20 years. We already knew it was coming. So we're walking around, no mask on, and everybody else is freaking wearing a bunch of masks on. Like, you bunch of freaking, we already knew. And so now people are paying attention to what he was saying in there. Okay? And so this person who's talking about Iran and Israel, what do you think David Icke's been talking about for 25 years? Okay? Those are basically the people he's been talking about. So now, to get this perspective from this other person, I think he's right here in Compton, California. His YouTube channel is Menki Para. Menki Para. I bet you can't spell that. It's an Egyptian, it's like Tutankhamun, right? It's one of those kings. It's spelled M-E-N, like men, okay? M-E-N-K-H-E. Men, K-He, okay? P-E-R-R-A. Menki Para. Menki Para. And he's given his explanation of what's going on. And he talks about what happened in Hiroshima. Okay? He gives lots of examples. Hiroshima was one of them. And he said, you can hear this straight from him yourself. He says the reason why they dropped the big one on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was because the Japanese were kicking the United States ass. This is what he said. You can go in and listen to it himself. He said, that's why they dropped the big one. And the place is still, it's got freaking radiation for days in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And so he's saying that these Iranians are very creative in how they can make weapons. That they took a old freaking oil tanker and turned it into some type of drone launcher, or I don't know what. And he's saying that if they try something or something like this, they're not going to be able to stop, because if they stop and the Iranians start whooping on their ass, and basically their big brother doesn't step in to help them, basically what he's saying is that the whole world is going to spit on these people. Their perception of, and I believe this type stuff about the collective conscious of society. This is powerful. And so They know it. They know this. So they're going to have no choice but to drop the big one on them. And it's because they're scared of these people. Okay? And it's like someone getting their ass beat. And when you can't beat them physically, you pull out a gun. That's the equivalent of dropping the big one, because these people are scared of Iran. So they're going to drop the big one. Listen to it himself. He studied out all this stuff. I don't study that stuff. I've studied some of the things that have happened, but I've never gone that intense into it. Okay? And so if you're wondering about what's going on and somebody pushing the button, you ought to listen to how he explains it. And he's right here in California. And so anyway, let me tell you what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay. So was it at the beginning of this month when I gave my prediction of what I think it's going to do? I said it's going to move sideways for 1 month and then it's going to make a move. Well, now I really believe it's going to do that because it's going to be a full moon. And usually on a full moon, Bitcoin dumps. This is the same time that I said that Bitcoin is going to make a move, and I think it's going to dump. And this is on March 3rd is the full moon, and that's about 10 days from now. And so I said that it's going to make a move. It'll either bust out up or bust out down. And if it does bust out up, I don't think it'll go any higher than 90 over a period of maybe a week. That's usually how it moves. A week, bounce around up around 90, bounce around up there, not going over 90, and then eventually coming back down. Within 2 months, it'll be bouncing around. Okay, this was the first bust out. If it goes down, that's a different story. If it busts out to go down, that's a different story. I'm giving you the example if it busted up. Bounce around at 90, 80 and 90 for 2 weeks. Then it's going to make another move. And if it starts going up, then it'll climb. And if it gets bust through 90, then we might start going back towards the all-time high. And so that's one scenario. And if it were to, in 10 days, when there's going to be a full moon, March 3rd, if it busts down, and remember that it might be March 4th, March 5th, all the way up to close to like March 10th. Sometimes it takes a few days. Okay. But March 3rd is going to be the full moon, and that's usually when it dumps. So when it does dump, I think these whales are going to load up. I've already told you this before. They've already got their orders in. Or if they don't have them, they're getting ready to put their orders in. Once they put their orders in, people like Cryptos R Us will be able to know. He knows how to check that kind of stuff. Okay? And so I think they're all putting in their, or getting ready to put their orders in at 39, if not even lower. But I'm saying 39. Okay? And 50, 40, yeah, 39. Flash dip. And then pop right back up to 40s. 45, getting back close up back to 50, right? Everybody thinking, 50 could be the lowest. I think it's going to go down to 50, and then it's going to flash crash. I mean, it's going to go down 45 maybe, be screwing around right around there, and then it's going to do a little flash crash. And all the whales are loading up at 39. And then, however long it takes to start climbing back up to all-time high, who knows? Could be this summer, or it could be during Christmas. And that's my prediction. Now, if it were to bust up in 10 days, which I don't think it's going to do, but it might. Even if it does bust up, I think it's still going back down. It's not going back up to all-time high till it goes down and touches 49. Was it 49 or 39? Maybe 39. I don't think it's going back up till it goes down and touches 39, because these mofos are greedy and they want that money. They know everybody already bailed anyway. They are freaking, they say that, they have patience and stuff, but they're so greedy. They want that thing to freaking dip. They want to load up down at 39. Okay? Once it flashes down to 39 and pops back up about 15, that'd be 55. Once it comes back up to 55, then it'll start climbing. Okay? But now, let's say that it does in 10-day break out to the top. Okay? And then it continued to climb. I don't think it's going to. Not without dipping down so the whales can load up at 39. And that's going to be what? Like 30 cents on the dollar. So I think it's going to flash crash, and only the people who know how to put orders in. It's not for spot. Then it will start back climbing. I don't think it's going to drop any lower than that. They're just going to load up on it. It's going to pop back up $15,000, which is what, 15%? It's going to pop right back up to 55 and then start climbing back up little by little, or it may stay there for till the summer. In the summer, it might, come back down. I doubt it. I think it's just going to be that one flash, and then that's gonna be it. It'll take off back up to 55. If it comes back up to, 70s and 80s, then maybe in the summer it'll hit all-time high. If not, maybe in Christmas. Or if not, it'll be the year following. But usually it's only 15 months from where we're at right now, or after this flash crash that I'm thinking is going to happen on this full moon. The way it's acting right now, it wants to go down. And then from this point, after this full moon, just count 15 months from now, and then it should start climbing again, like it's been doing for the last 18 years. Right? So that's my prediction. Either on the 3rd or within 8 to 10 days after that, it's taking a freaking dump, because it's going to be a full moon on the 3rd, March 3rd. Okay, so that's my predictions for Bitcoin. Today is February 23rd. I've, been telling you what I've been thinking it's going to do for a few times. So probably I'll put Bitcoin in there on the whatchamacallit, because when I first started paying attention to it was September 2023, and it's all documented. It's on YouTube. That's when I first started talking about it. I knew zero about Bitcoin back then. I was just telling you that what the people were saying about it. And so now I'm learning about it, right? You want to learn about it? There's this one dude, I think he's in Indiana, and his YouTube channel is called Cryptos Are Us. It's like, you remember Toys R Us? Well, it's Cryptos Are Us. And he's on every morning on the weekdays. He's on every morning, bright and early, telling you what he thinks it's going to do. Okay? So go in there and listen to what he thinks it's going to do, and see how the opinions are different. Okay? Because I'm sure they think this is the bottom, and I don't think so. Not knowing how greedy these mofos are. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Let me go in and check this channel, see who the hell this is. Another stupid name that doesn't make sense. So it's probably a fake channel. Just let me see here just a second. Oh well, isn't that interesting? It doesn't let me look at his channel. This is just a fake, altogether fake. So let's see who else is on here on these live streams. Let me click through the channels here. Does that look like a happy couple to you? I don't think so. Okay, let's see who else is on here. Not much. Not much going on. I've never seen her before. She's probably reading the tarot cards. Get out of here. Hey, there's a superstar in San Diego. If you don't know who Superstar, YouTube channel, Superstar Fion, there's a P right up there. See if I can move this so that you can see it. Superstar Fion, go over there and hit the like button. Like button's not working. It's usually like that on his channel. I don't know why. There we go. Let's see who else is on here. Never seen that dude before. Woohoo! She's got a monitor down there. Some Hollywood. They got a monitor monitoring what people are watching. It's like that thing on Hee Haw where they have the red light comes on. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Ooh, look at that. Get X-rated. Let me see who else is on here. I don't know who all these people are. Surprised Kevin Yallow isn't on there yet. Nothing good. Let me see here. Nothing good. Psychology facts. Yeah, right. Yeah, nothing going on here. Nada. There's a whole bunch of new people trying out. Yeah, nothing going on. Okie dokie. So thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to tell you about those two things. Okay? Because I can't show you anything. I can't write down anything so that you can see. But I think there's... Oh, let me get back to... How do I get back to my channel? Shoot, can't find... Oh, just go back all the way up. Just go back all the way up and that should be me. Because it should stop on me. Shoot, I can't find it now. Yeah, okay, yeah. There's that girl, there's Theon, there's that one guy, that one. So I should be right up here now. Right, okay, there's them. So there's me. Okay, this is what I think is going on right now. Um, there's the war. There's this war where they might drop the bomb. I think that's the main thing that's going on that they don't want the people to pay attention to. That's why they're flooding the news with all kinds of stories. Okay? And this is what because of this channel that I watched today, Menki Para, because I watched his channel and I listened to him. I didn't watch the whole program. I only caught a little bit of it, like maybe 15 minutes of it, because I was doing something else. I was busy. I had that appointment. But I've heard David Icke talk about the same people. Okay? Israel and Iran. And these are the main something that has to do with spiritual. And so I was listening to what he was saying, and they don't want you paying attention to this. They don't want you paying attention to what they are doing And this is what they're doing right now. It's Iran and Israel. This is what's going on, and they don't want you to know what they're doing. And so I was like, that's why they came out with this story right now about the roundup, right? Because now they're like saying, John F. Kennedy said that he was going to take out this roundup, and now the president just said to make more of it, right? So they're going back. So now everybody, Maha, the MAGA Maha is upset now. And then I'm like, that's why they did that. Because they don't want you to pay attention what's going on in Iran. That's why they're bringing these stories out. And so another story that they're trying to hide, everybody says, well, it's the Epstein files. The Orange Man is trying to, start wars everywhere so that nobody pays attention to the Epstein files, that he's in there. And, well, what the people don't realize is these people are laughing at your ass because they know you're some big perverts yourself. They know that over 50% of you are getting off doing the wild thing, watching porno on here because they have access to your camera. They know what you're doing behind closed doors. Congress passed a law in 1989 making every cell phone manufactured entering the USA to have a secret code on it that they can tap into and get access to your mic, to your microphone, and your camera. This law was enacted in 1989. They've had the technology since 1989. It's as easy as dialing up your phone number for them. They have the right to do it. They passed the law allowing themselves to do it through the secret intelligence agencies. They can watch whoever the hell they want to and see how you get down behind closed doors. So they laugh at you. And so what they don't want you to know, they don't give a damn about Orange Man. They're all doing it. David Icke has been telling you for 25 years what they're doing. What do you expect from Lucifer and the fallen angels? You know what kind of rituals they do. They've been doing it since the dawn of time. And people just don't want to accept that they're doing it now. Before, that was okay that they done it way back then. No problem that they did that kind of stuff. And so this, that they're telling the people what they're doing to, I can't even say the word, what they are doing in their little, when they do their Satan stuff. This is the second thing they don't want you paying attention to. So it's on YouTube. Okay? David Icke, what he was telling you 25 years ago in the book. Look at the prints that they just caught. He told you about this 25 years ago, and they're just barely catching him now. He named him by name, first and last name. And the other ones, there's lots and lots of them that he names in there by first and last name. The hierarchy of Lucifer and the fallen angels is basically what it is. And so it's on YouTube, believe it or not. He just recorded something. There's this new person interviewing the people. Her name is Danny Henderson. And they just made a video talking about this. And this is the second thing they don't want you to know. What David Icke is saying. He was banned for 5 years because he was telling the people that the pandemic was a scam. Now, out of the blue, he's back on YouTube. And this video they just made like 4 days ago. It's on his channel, David Icke's channel, and this is the title of it. The title is, We've warned you about this for 35 years. That's how long the book has been out. The book is The book is called The Biggest Secret. Okay? By David Icke. And this is the name of this is the title of the video they just made. This is the title of the video they just made, where this new interviewer, she's from the UK, I believe, Danny Henderson, interviews David Icke and the girl who's been saying for 25 years what these mofos were doing before you ever heard of Epstein Island. Okay? Her name is Kathy O'Brien. You people who don't like pedos, this will make you hot, steaming hot, when you hear what these people are saying and naming names, first and last names. Okay? So check out this video, because that's the second thing they don't want you to know. The first is what's going on in Israel, between Israel and Iran, and the United States about to drop the big one. They don't have no choice, because they're going to look like people are going to spit on them if they don't do something. Maybe I'm not explaining it so good. Listen to this person that I told you, Manki Para. Listen to how he explains it. He's been doing a lot of research on this stuff. Okay? But this is the second thing they don't want you to pay attention to. Okay? This video that just came out on David Icke's channel. Okie dokie. Thanks for tuning in. Signing out from California. Talk to you on the next one. Oh yeah, wait. By the way, let me show it to you here, so in case you guys haven't seen it. And I want to tell you one more thing. One more thing. But let me just pull this up here real quick. So I'll go out of here and I'll go to search, And let's search for David Icke. David Icke. Okay. And I will show you. Okay, there he's already talking about stuff. But I will show you the one, the Epstein files. Okay, I'll go into David Icke's channel, I think. Got to go into his channel. Okay, here it is. I didn't go into his channel, but there's his channel right there. Okay. See the channel? David Icke. Okay, that's the channel. And there's the title of the video. We've warned about this for 35 years. David Icke and Kathy O'Brien. And that's what it looks like right there. Those are the people. That's the three. That's Kathy O'Brien on the side there, and Danny Henderson on the side, and then David Icke down on the bottom. That's the video I'm telling you about. And now, if you can, go to my Facebook and follow me on Facebook, because you have to have, now there's a new policy. You have to have 100 followers to do live streams. And besides, there's stuff there that I post that you should check out anyway. So go to my Facebook. Here's my name on Facebook. And go to my Facebook. It's the one that has a picture of a guy with red sweats on, and he's standing in front of a 18-wheeler. It's only the front of the truck, but it's an 18-wheeler. And it's at a Flying J, and I think it's got a Wendy's sign behind it. It's out on, actually that's out on the freeway, the 15 freeway here in California, out in Hesperia, California, on the 15 freeway. But that's my YouTube channel. So I need 100 followers so that I can do a live stream. Not that I do a lot of live streams, but I wanted to bring this message to that community, to that audience. So go to my Facebook page after you've watched these things, of course, that I just told you about. Let me write down this guy's name. Let me show you him, okay? The other channel. But this is, yeah. So this is there. That's the one up there. That one. We've warned you. And then let me show you this other channel. Okay, this is how you spell it. MENKHEPARRA. Manka, oh no, it's E. Okay. Oh, it's Mankapara the Great. Can you see right there? Man. This damn thing will not freaking. Yeah. There you can barely see it. Mankapara the Great. I'll show you later anyway. But let me just tap on this so that you can see his channel. Okay, so that's Mankapara the Great. That's the channel there. Mankapara the Great. That's how he dresses up. Okay. And the video that I'm talking about is the one that he just made today, which is February the 24th. And today's Tuesday. Yeah, that's where he talks about it. Explains about how they might drop the big one. Okay? Thanks for tuning in.